Hello, everyone, and welcome to an improvised kind of podcast thingy with my friend
The one and
Bina,
only
you know,
Bina.
the Uber killer, destroyer of worlds,
Oh,
filter
we can talk
maker.
about this today, actually.
Yeah,
Hardcore Uber kill, huh?
hell yeah, brother.
Not
Yeah,
many people actually do that. I'd love to see more. I'd love to see more people playing in hardcore and actually getting to the like completing the game in hardcore means killing Uber Abroth, right?
yeah.
Because that's like the final frontier, the the final countdown to the last frontier, and you kill the final boss, and then you
The
basically win the game,
actual
right?
game. Yeah.
That is pretty hard to do, to be honest. I mean, of course there are builds that are better than others, but it's not easy. Even with the best build, it's like going in there, you're like adrenaline is pumping, and your heart is racing, your palms are sweaty, and
Yeah, it is definitely one thing to do Uber Avaroth in softcore chilling, attempt 37. And another thing is like, bro, you go in hardcore knowing you can literally one shot it and you're still shit your pants.
yeah, because he
Like,
can also one shot you.
yeah. But I
That's
feel
the
like
thing.
when you play hardcore, bro, like my first time doing Tearfall Jura of the season, I'm always like, is it as easy as I remember, or am I dead?
Same for me. Am I
Yeah.
gonna press D at the correct time? Like,
Yeah.
one thing in hardcore. You know what I never do anymore? I never cheese Jura anymore.
No, me
That
neither.
changed.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, I don't risk it. I don't
I
risk
don't
going
trust the
back in time.
netcode,
And
man. I don't I don't trust the luck.
yeah, like I don't trust it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what happened to me yesterday? Actually,
What
I
happened?
was I was I was slamming gear at tier 4 Jura, and I swapped to my Rune Master. And on my Rune Master, I can kill her before the first explosion, right? I have so much
Yeah,
damage.
yeah.
But for some reason, when messing around with the stash and with an insane amount of lag the stash has as well, I replaced my Mad Alchemist Ladle by an axe.
Oh no.
And I still killed her before the first explosion, but it was really freaking close. It was
Hey,
like,
thanks to Vilatrias, for saving your character. Fucking hell.
I don't know. I finally pressed D, and then she died in the other timeline.
Yeah.
But it was really, really close, and I did not expect that at all. So I almost didn't press D because I wasn't
Yeah,
prepared.
you were in
Right?
shock. Yeah, you were in shock. You were
Yeah, I
like,
was
okay, she's gonna
chilling.
die. Boom.
I'm like, where is my damage? Wait, she's not dying before the explosion. What is going on? So yeah, it can always be a risk in hardcore, even on your better geared characters, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you might just like fat finger fucking, you could DC, Like I've died to DC doing like normal Aberoth, with a character that is ready for Uber. I go farm normal for a bit, and the moment the fucking guy appears, I crush. I was like, all right, nice.
I've heard some people saying that this patch introduced like invisible
Aberoth. I heard.
Aberoth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monka, It's the ultimate difficulty. Uber Aberoth, it's invisible.
But yeah, hardcore is different. I feel like I would really love to see more hardcore players in last Epoch, and
Yeah.
I've been lucky not to die to any DC this patch. I haven't had many crashes or anything like that. Like the biggest thing that frustrates me would be like bugs, especially I played Blade Dancer Shadow Cascade yesterday,
Yeah.
and Shift gets you stuck in terrain.
Yeah.
Dancing Strikes gets you stuck in terrain. Sync Strikes gets you stuck in terrain. Any movement abilities get you stuck. So
Yep.
I was like, you're playing hardcore, you get stuck, you can't evade, you can't use any movement abilities, you can't even TP to town. Your TP, like, I don't know, it registers as if your character is like somewhere else.
Yeah.
And it opened up like, 10 meters away from me. I was like, okay, let's just exit game and hope for the best,
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
you kind of have to play some DC proof builds.
This is the wise roadie technology, Lizard, why are you playing skill builds? Play DC proof builds, you know? Which basically means you play a build that has so much fucking regen and so much fucking passive damage or whatever, that even if you DC, you kill everything or you're immortal, right? That's the
One thing
strategy.
though, one thing that probably made me survive is on Shadow Cascade. Blade Dancer has access to this. Well, not just Blade Dancer, but like it fits very well on Blade Dancer, the new chess piece that makes you the new
The no
better
take,
Exsanguinous
yeah,
basically.
yeah, the low life, yeah.
Yeah, it's low life, and it basically enables you to not invest at all into ward retention and still get a good amount of ward, right? And just stack health. So that one I think is really, really busted, and I want to make another build with it as well for
It's nice for the
specifically for
recovery,
hardcore.
no? Like,
Yeah, because think about it this way, right? What is the most dangerous thing in the game? It's probably like big hits and dots, right?
yeah, things you
Like
don't
the
see,
huge
right?
one
Like
shots
surprises,
and
yeah.
dots. And so having a lot of recovery per second is almost like saying dot mitigation.
Yeah,
Because
it also gives you time to react, right? To like, hey,
yeah,
you
yeah.
you are gonna get shotgunned. Let's just say you have 500 life and you get hit by 300. Oh, because you actually generated life that, you know. But you get stunned even, works while stunned, right? All of that. It's just fucking, you know, nice.
Yeah, it's really good. And I think I want to build like a giga health stacker for hardcore. And
I'm doing that
in
on
hardcore,
Necro.
if you stack enough health, you'll have like 2, 3, 4, 5,000 word per second or something
Yeah,
with this.
I'm doing that on the Necros, for example, on the ones that don't need like a primordial damage or whatever. For example, on
Yeah.
raids, I do that. Like I just go primordial chest piece and
Oh, that's nice
yeah.
actually, because rates actually
You stack
aren't really tanky.
and
Yeah,
you
you're
and you
squishy.
stack a lot of health, like a lot, right? Because you got the idols and stuff, and yeah, you probably have like just from the chest piece alone, you get 10k ward, you know, and you generate it like super fucking fast. So it's just so nice for all the
Yeah, I
builds
think
that don't have recovery options, right? Suddenly you're like, sure, you can't compete with leech, but even now that over leech is gone, like it's not a joke. It's definitely not a
yeah, you
joke. Like
can't compete with Leech, but you do get
it's
it's
always
always up.
active. Exactly, it's
Yeah,
always active.
like you don't have to actually hit something, so it has a lot of value in that. You can just run away, while Leech you have to be standing there, right?
And in
So
hardcore is if you get stunned, you stop leeching, right? And because you're not hitting shit. And
yeah, yeah, it's really good. I think they did a really good rework of regen. I think it was in 1.2 that they was it in 1.2 or 1.1? Anyways, they
yeah,
buffed
when
like
they
the
buffed
health regen blessing, and then they buffed all of the affixes, and then they gave us hybrid health regen affixes, and they gave us more options, more idols. So like regen is actually really strong for general survivability, so long as you don't go too high in corruption, right? You don't go into the multiple thousands of corruption, but even then, it keeps a lot of value.
and I feel like people underestimate, like when people think about the regen builds, they think, oh, I'm gonna go regen every fucking affix, 3k regen. Bro, if you have 500 regen, you're good. Like in hardcore, like as long as you don't go super high corruption, you're 300, 500. I've been having that on my frogs. I have like 400 regen or something, or 480.
Yeah.
I think when I have the totem up, I'm it's you know like I'm not even I haven't even taken damage on that build. You know, it's just like and again like you think about it, but okay, you have all your ursine, your aspects, all of that. You have your endurance. Dude, by the time all of your DR layers proc, that region is actually super valuable. Like if you actually
Yeah,
reach your endurance, like you don't realize how much 500 would actually do for you. Because I think a lot of people think
I'm
region, unless you have thousands, it's not good, right? And I think it's
yeah.
even 200 region is noticeable. I feel on a build that even without
It
building
is.
region, having it is fucking good. You know?
Yeah, it is. It is. And like yeah, especially when bro, the belt, the Brewmaster buckle, like
Uh huh.
that with Immortal Vice, like
Oh yo
what the
yo.
heck, dude?
Yeah yeah
Like
yeah. Yeah.
holy.
Good like
Yeah,
bang.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, I'm gonna preemptively give me all of my health pool as endurance
Endurance.
threshold.
Yeah.
And if you have like 500 regen, that's covered by 60% DR.
Yeah.
pretty
We
crazy.
have it on every build for a reason, right? Like, I mean, like vitality, endurance rolls, like it's just fucking amazing.
I mean, yeah, together with Immortal Vice, but those two items are just completely busted together.
Which, by the way, I have to craft mine. You remind me, so I might log in and do that because I have a few brewmasters for my bear. I'll be leveling my bear precisely for what you were talking about, like the hardcore situation with Uber Avaroth.
Yeah, yeah. I think bear is definitely
Yeah.
the way for Uber
Yeah.
hardcore if you want to
Surprise, right?
consistently do it easily.
Nobody saw that one coming. Like,
Surprise, surprise.
yeah, surprise, surprise. You know.
I mean, okay, if so, I've cleared it in like what 1 minute something on my Lightning Blast Master, which is fairly well geared, right? Mostly double tier 7s. It's still good, but it's still scary, you know. Like, I think mage is quite nice to play in tankiness and damage, and part of its tankiness also comes from your knowledge of the game and using Flame Ward preemptively to like big attacks, like when you know you will take damage. Like, can we talk about beasts a little bit? Are
hardcore?
those guys absolutely crazy, or like?
I haven't died to them, but
of them?
I feel like there's this thing with beasts, right? I feel like the game is shifting in a way, right? Because the content gets harder, and you know people want to be efficient, and there is a incentive to do beasts, for example, in Rampant Coast and stuff, which we will talk about. I mean, okay, you have two options. Let's just say you have two builds that do a lot of damage, but one of them is also tanky by default, right? Like Primalist, blah blah, right? And then you also have builds that just like do so much fucking damage that you don't get to interact with these mechanics. Like,
yeah,
you know, like, yeah. I mean, I haven't seen a single.
I mean, doing
mechanic,
damage, actually, if you have enough survivability, doing damage so that you don't interact with anything is actually...
Yeah, the best.
It's
now.
good. It's like the best strat, probably. Like,
yeah.
Oh, you kill the beast before it does anything.
Yeah, as long as you're survivable enough to not die to random shit, and you have enough damage to kill the stuff that normally is dangerous, you're practically immortal, basically, right? Like unless you make like some stupid ass crazy mistake, like you can't really die.
Well, beasts, I've been having well, okay, arguably my deaths to beasts were mostly from the damage bug at the beginning of the season, where monsters were dealing way too much damage.
I miss it. I'm gonna say it.
But I did die to a beast on my speed 300% movement speed reflect shaman.
Oh no.
In 500 corruption. I did die to a beast, and it was I was surprised by the damage because I thought
what
I was
attack killed you?
Enough.
The lightning attack or with the crystallized heart or what?
It
the
was
charge,
I'm not quite sure. It was like a mix of, I think, a bite and a lightning attack or an auto attack. I took way too much damage on that one. I thought it was... I rewatched the replay so many times, I couldn't figure out exactly what killed me.
Okay, I've been playing my first couple characters. You know, I played B tier build, so I had to learn to not die. I started with hammers, so so maybe I'll take a look and see if I recognize it.
The main thing that I learned for beasts is that you want to sidestep when they spawn, because they will either shoot out like a lightning beam at you and like rush to you, or you kind of want to sidestep all of their abilities. And same goes for when you're doing the Rampant Coast with an Echo, right? That one with the crystallized beast and whatnot, and they're like really powerful.
Yeah, it's funny actually, because with the beast, I also feel like it's what you were saying. Like they're new, so and they actually have quite a lot of mechanics that can stack on top of each other. So I feel like most of the time where I've taken damage is when you don't expect something, right? So you just like immediately sidestep because you don't know what's coming. Because for example, you would get a beast that gets like a fireball, right? But then you don't pay attention. You're just like looking for rewards or whatever. You're on autopilot, and then you click a modifier that says something like, "It now throws much more fireballs" or whatever, right? But that modifier wouldn't be there if you didn't pick fireball to begin with, right? And then suddenly
Yeah.
you stack a couple of those modifiers that you didn't really anticipate,
Oh,
and then you create these abominations. Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, you know?
I've died also to some overlapping
Yeah,
lobbing fireballs or
yeah. Yeah.
like overlapping like 3 of them or
Oh
something. And like,
shit.
oh,
Yeah.
oops. I think I gave him 3 heads or something, you know? And
Yep. I love the beast, bro. I've seen a lot of people being critical with the beast. I love them. I think they're great, but sure they're
they're
simple, but
great.
I like them.
They're like, okay, we can talk a little bit about this mechanic. I think it would have been great if there was like a mega beast and the uber
Yeah.
beast that you beat at the end. I mean, that would have been just
I wonder if they
there would have
even.
been enough content for us to be satisfied with this with like I think the patch would have had much more praise if there was another uber boss
Yeah.
associated with it.
Or like
But
something,
it is
like fading break, that level at least, right? Of like, hey, you do it like.
oh no, I'm talking about like something like comparable to Uber Abrot, but as a
Yeah.
beast.
Like
Yeah,
a Giga
I would have
Beast.
loved that. Yeah, Giga Beast.
It's
But
funny
anyway.
because on the trailer, it seems like they had one, right? Like one that converts to Void, and I swear to God, I saw like some Void fucking beast in the trailer or something, and it almost feels like they didn't have time. But I don't know.
It might have been.
I mean, if you watch the trailer and you watch the, you know, the teaser and stuff, you see that the beast converts. Literally, the beast converts to Void, like right. And I don't know about you. I killed a lot of beasts. I haven't really seen anything Void related.
To be completely honest, I don't remember that trailer. I remember the 1.2 trailer, but the 1.3, I think
You know,
seen it going
clever
around once or
girl, you
something.
know, clever girl, you know, and there's the goat guy, and you know, no,
But
no,
yeah, that would have been nice.
I don't know. Like, I mean, hopefully, I mean, the devs are not stupid, right? They probably have that in the back of their head, right? Of like, you know, maybe they wanted to put this season up because they're focusing on 1.4 a lot because it's supposed to be pretty big, right? And maybe
Yeah.
on 1.4, it should be pretty easy to add like a Wuben Echo that only drops from, you know, tier 7 above beast or whatever, that is like a, you know, extra Wuben Echo, and that seems like something super easy to implement, honestly. And they
Yeah,
could
just
just,
an extra with an echo for, you know,
and
Matt Uber
as
Boss, Uber
you know,
Beast.
they grab a beast, they give it all the fucking heart attacks, right? Like they give it enrage, they make it bigger size, and boom, you have your boss. Like EH is good at reusing assets, right? They proved this before, so I'm sure it will come. Or maybe they're so ambitious that they're, again, oh, let's wait till we have the super beast, and you know, then it never comes because they're always busy fixing old content and blah blah, right? Like, you know what I'm
Fixing
saying?
the stash.
Yeah, exactly.
Stash fix when.
We wanted to add the beast, but we had to fix dungeons, you know. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, but overall, I'm a big fan of them. I like that they're scary. I like the ambush note. I like their role when it comes
Are
to.
you using that in hardcore?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Bina, playing hardcore doesn't mean being a pussy. I don't know if you knew this. You know. And you know how many deaths I have?
How many? 0.
I mean,
but
if
you didn't play. You didn't play when the damage was up.
how many level 100 characters you have in hardcore?
1, I think.
I have 2.
Okay, congrats.
Hey, just saying statistically. Statistically. But I haven't killed Uber yet, though. I haven't killed Uber, so you got that.
Liz, let's take a pause on the podcast. I need to go. I'll be back.
Oh shit, he has to go, guys.
Yeah.
But like forever or? Okay, guys. So tell me about your day. Hey, welcome back.
We're back. We're back. Sorry.
Everything good?
Yeah, everything good. Okay.
Okay.
So what were we talking about?
About how beasts are dangerous and
Oh yeah, beasts.
we like them.
Beasts are quite dangerous. Beasts are. Some people say they are overtuned, but I think it's
Nah.
just, you know, they have to make the game harder if they're giving us all these tools for us to be more powerful, right? You
I,
can't
I,
just like
I don't
bring
think
in
they're
new
overtuned.
monsters that you never die to and you never interact with, basically.
I do think like the overtune stuff, it also comes down to, okay, what are you playing, right? Because, you know, obviously as the game gets more and more demanding, less and less builds feel like trivialize the content, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like if you go in and you're like, oh, I'm playing my own build and I'm playing fucking dual wheel drive, fucking full damage, whatever the fuck. Yeah, well, I can understand. You know, you push corruption like you know, completely
yeah, and you have
blindlessly
like
and
10k EHP, and you
yeah,
think you're gonna tank everything and
exactly,
live,
right.
and you rely on blind for your crit avoidance, and you
Like,
know like I don't know.
people don't realize the difference between builds. Like for example, I was talking about it on stream. Like even we have the tier list on Maxroll, right? And sure, like all the builds in the website are good, but you need to understand like the difference even between on the same tier, even on S tier. You know, comparing the damage of Bear, you know, to like some of the other builds there is like
Yeah, it's not in the same
mathematically
universe.
it's like we're talking 10 times, you know, it's like crazy, you know. And I think like people think like, oh, I'm playing a build that is solid, and they don't realize it that if you compare it to the setups that the people are playing, the setups on Maxroll or the builds that are super min max, you're like literally 7 times squishier, right? Like
Yeah, and one mistake can make a
yeah,
huge difference
yeah,
too. Oh, you play the setup. The setup is gearing in a certain way, and you're like, oh, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna do that instead.
yeah,
And suddenly you have like 1,000 armor instead of 4K. Like
yeah.
like, sure you'll get decimated by hits. You know.
We see that a lot, right? Like the classic, oh, Maxroll is good for beginners, but actually take a look at my version is better. And then you check the
Mhm.
version and then they somehow butchered everything, you know, just for like 1% more damage or something.
The thing is, there's always gonna be like,
Yeah,
if you build a build like balance between damage and defenses for the game, for the content in the game, then you're gonna see some people saying, oh, look at this, it's not optimized for damage. And then if you optimize for damage,
yeah.
it's gonna be, oh, but this is so squishy though. You know, so there's no winning. There's no winning with this.
And the only way to optimize the game properly is to get familiar with the game and knowing how much you need of each, right?
Yeah.
Because I would say, for example, we used to prioritize defense even more than we do now. But then we realized, oh, as long as you're not getting one shot by Uber's basic attack, you know, you can probably kill him, right? It doesn't matter, you know, as long as you don't get hit by X amount, you know, like as long as you have, I think like if you have like 60k EHP, the game is pretty playable, right?
And
Now,
60k is pretty good. You know?
yeah, but the moment you make a change or whatever, and now instead of 60k you are 40, that's the difference of you start getting fucked, right? And then I think,
yeah,
and we have starting
40K
going
is
for
still
damage way
sort of
more.
fine, but like
Yeah.
anything under 40, I'd be
Yeah,
I'd be worried a little. Well, for hardcore, you want you want more.
yeah, but in
you just want
softcore
as
too,
much as
right? You don't want to be
possible,
dying.
but,
Like,
you don't want to be dying. Well, that's a nice thing about Elite though, is that you can choose your level of difficulty that you want to farm in. Of course, like ideally, you want to be at around 1,000 corruption. That's the last like soft cap, and
yeah.
you're like benefiting from all of the different systems. You know, you're getting the most benefit from all the different systems. And if you're not losing any speed, you can go even further, right? But like in hardcore, it doesn't make a lot of sense to go to 1,000 corruption in hardcore.
No.
I think like 500, 600 might be like really fine.
Even in softcore, if you're getting if you're slowing down by 10%, don't do it. Like I feel like because like most of your
If you're
because the
dying,
thing
you
is,
don't
like,
want to go there.
I've also had a lot of conversations with people in my chat about, for example, people complain about Bear, right? Like, oh, Bear is lower clear or whatever, which I think it's, if you just sit there and wait for the Bear to clear white mobs, sure, it's gonna be bad, right? But okay, what, like, you need to understand that the reason why Bear is like super good this season is because clear is actually not super valuable anymore. Because you're doing tropes into ramp and coast, tropes into ramp and coast, tropes into ramp and coast. So your actual clear only matters like what? In the endgame, how often are you clearing, you know? once you're like level 100 and you're actually farming like properly, you know, with the Milky Way and blah blah blah. Like you want to have single target. Single target is way more important in my opinion than clear in this patch. Like way more. Like because
well, I mean, I guess there's
like choose one.
eh,
If a build has to shine in one, obviously you want something that is good at everything, right? But if it has to
Yeah.
shine at one, which one are you picking this patch?
movement speed.
Well,
I don't know. No, I mean, no, to be honest, 300% reflect. No, but to be honest, yeah. I think with the current farming strategy of the rampant coast, single target is very important because that is going to enable you to not die to their attacks because, like we talked a bit earlier, you're not fighting them, you're annihilating them. So I think that is, yeah, I would say that I mostly agree, but I think it's good to have a balanced build between clear and damage for sure.
I almost died. Sorry. Very close. I almost died. That's why I screamed.
You almost died. Oh,
Yes. very close.
that would have been good content though.
Oh man. Moon coming.
That would have been the best content.
Yeah, I fucking froze. Holy fuck. Bina, you're giving me a bad luck, man. Holy.
Oh yeah. We can talk a bit about this farming strategy as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the what was it called again?
The Milky
Rampant
Way.
Coast. The Rampant Coast Woven Echo, if you imprint it on your Weaver tree, it procs a lot. It seems to proc way too much. It looks like it's bugged, but you know, maybe it's just the season of the beasts, and then they have those imprint proc more than others. But I would think that this is gonna get nerfed next season. But yeah,
Bro,
you
it's
you
pretty
put this on
crazy.
your yeah, you put this on your Weaver tree, and then you kill these crystallized beasts. That's gonna give you like about on average, I'd say around like 1,000 bones per kill. But you're not only getting bones, you're getting crystallized hearts. You're getting all of the different pieces of the beast, right? You're getting the horns, you're getting the fangs and the feathers and whatnot. And then you use those with the bones to buy memory amber at the beast vendor, and you can trade that. It's 1.5k bones for 5,000 memory amber. So then you use that memory amber to buy whichever woven echo you want, whether it is like, you know, troves, conquer towers, whatever else.
Yeah.
And then you just run those, and then you put those on your timeline in a certain ways that while you're doing them, you explore unexplored nodes, and then those unexplored nodes have a very high chance of being the Rampant Coast, and then it's just like an
Very
endless circle
high
of-
chance. Very
Yeah.
high chance.
Yeah, very, very high chance.
We're talking 1 in 2
kinda-
almost. Like it's kind of crazy, you know. Like definitely
It's
intended.
pretty crazy.
Definitely intended. You know, like we're for sure not abusing this. Yeah, I think
But,
it's for sure bugged, but
Most likely, I would say.
or it's a
I would say
feature, right? And it's what you're saying that maybe the devs went a bit ham on the numbers because they wanted you to interact with the new season.
Yeah, because
Right?
it's not the only one. All of the other one, I think all the other beast ones are also
Not as
talking just
much. Not as much though. No.
Yes,
I-
yeah, well, at least the first one, what is it called? The Nesting Grove
Yeah.
procs just as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, pretty
Yeah, for sure. I tested
pretty
it, but,
crazy.
I mean, okay, it's not. There's no data mine here. It's just like from experience, seems to proc just as much. I'm not sure about the other one that spawns 8 beasts. I haven't tried that one. That one scares me a little bit.
Yeah,
That
the
one scares me
ancient
more
one.
than
No?
the Rampant Coast. Actually.
Well, it's because you die in transitioning from beast to beast, right? Something can surprise you.
Yeah.
Or you
And
can get
also,
one
like,
of those that gets immunity, right? And you can damage it or whatever the fuck. And
Oh yeah, the block shield. It's pretty,
yeah, the R fucking monk coming. Like,
I mean, I guess it's their way of giving them protection against hits, and it advantages dot builds, I guess, right?
sure. Yeah.
But yeah, they proc way too much. You put them on your on your timeline, then you run, you know, a bunch of towers, a bunch of troves. You proc your imprints.
Yeah. Which
Really,
again,
I think it's the strongest farming method we've had so far.
yeah,
It's quite fun also because you're not only running the exact same echoes always. You're also doing some random echoes in between. Um, you can like you're running some random normal echoes. If you encounter a cemetery, you can also do it if you want to like improve your idols. You can also, you get the rampant coast, which is just like a small boss fight. So it's more varied than last season, I feel, which was
yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of just like Lostwood fully surrounded by
yeah, yeah.
false temples, right? A lot of it was that.
It definitely felt a bit generator spender, and now you're just like it's like this fucking loop of juicing where you never stop juicing, and it's definitely too
It's pretty,
overpowered for sure. But yeah,
but I mean, it's fun though. I feel
yeah,
like
yeah,
that
yeah.
is one of the strong point of LE is it might not be the most balanced ARPG out there, or like I don't think it will ever be, but it's like fun is allowed in this game. It's not like I don't know. It's not like I keep referring this to like PoE 2 where monsters you can't walk past them, they body block you, and like there's like a lot of like pros like for every advantage like GGG will give you, they most likely introduce a disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
Sprinting, getting knocked down, monsters having like a body that you can't go through, you can't dodge roll through. Um, in LE, it's like have fun with the beast, guys. Have fun with reflect. Have fun with this, and then maybe next season it's gone, right? But at least you have some fun for like one season or something.
It seems to me that they're really leaning towards that. The game is intentionally a theme park kind of vibe, and I personally don't really like it. But we'll play whatever the game is, really, right? And if we stop liking it, then we don't, right?
I mean, I would prefer if it was better balance, but at the same time, I mean, I don't like putting together the pieces to have like 300% movement speed was pretty fun actually.
But
On the
how
build that
long?
it
How
actually
long
makes
is it fun
sense.
though?
Oh well, yeah, no, that's the other part. In it, that's the same in every game, not only RPGs or even in life. I'd say, like, it's not about the destination. It's not about being OP, right? It's about getting OP. It's about progressing towards a certain goal. Reaching your goals will get you bored, so that's why you always want to have goals, whether it is in ARPGs or life or whatever else you might want to do.
Yeah.
Setting yourself some goals is setting you up for having a good time.
Yeah, I just think in terms of gameplay, some of these like builds that just kind of like play themselves are like, meh.
Not a fan of Reflect, huh?
I
Walking
mean,
simulator.
it's fun for an hour, right? And then
Yeah.
I do
I
find
think
that the weaker somehow like you don't want to play something that is trash, but I really feel like builds where I feel like my progression gave me the power are the more satisfying and the ones that I end up playing the most. Like when,
yep,
for
that's
example,
sure.
I was talking to you the other day on Discord about like the frog build,
Frog.
and I was
Yeah.
just telling you how like okay I equipped the helmet at level 70. I was like, oh shit, that's nice. The frogs are cool. And now I'm level 100, like multi tier 7s, multi whatever the fuck, right? And the build plays exactly the same. Nothing changed. You don't really feel that you got more powerful. It's just like I don't know how to explain it. Okay, the numbers are bigger, right? But in
Yeah.
terms of feel of gameplay, nothing changed, right? The build just intrinsically works from the moment you put the thing, and that's it. And I feel like when I played, for example, my Heimerdin, I get a primordial weapon that has good splash damage roll and it has a good crit roll, and then I have a giga attack speed, and then I have giga this, and then I get like, I get haste and I get movement speed, and then and then suddenly, day by day, you look at the gameplay and the gameplay actually fucking changed, right?
Yeah,
And
it's more fun, and like having a lot of cast speed or attack speed is really fun too.
and not only that, but I look at other people playing the same build, and I can tell just by looking at the gameplay where how far they are in their journey, right? Was like I feel like there's again you watch these reflect builds, you open up a stream, they're playing the reflect build, and if you literally didn't have the UI open, you couldn't tell if they're like what stage is their character at. Like it's just like I don't know, like so one-dimensional, so one-dimensional that I don't know.
I agree with it.
I like being the reason the character works, not just like, oh, I equip a silly chess piece the depths put in at level 35 and now I'm the most OP shit in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's going to be some players just absolutely love this. The more like passive gameplay
Yeah, absolutely.
style, like it's kind of like RF or something like this, or like something like even frogs is kind of like that, where you're very passive, right? You're not melee attacking enemies to boost your crow's damage or something like that and stack up a buff to like make them more powerful. They're just there and they're just OP. And they just jump at enemies, attack them, kill them.
But again, I think it's completely fine if these builds exist, because you want to make sure that no matter what kind of audience you have, there is a build for that person. I'm completely fine for
all archetypes, basically.
I think it's completely fine that zero bottom builds are top tier builds. What I'm not that up for is like, all right, I want to level up any class in the game.
Investment.
Yeah. I want right now you want to level up any build in the game, and the best way to do it with twin gear, with anything, is you put on the fucking
reflect chest. Yeah.
Reflect chest, right? And it's like, well, I mean, you're basically imposing that it's no longer, oh, let's have zero bottom builds for the lazy people and the controller people. It is now, well, the most efficient way to play the game is to play these no bottom builds. And I think that's the problem for me, like when it's like so OP, so retardedly OP that why if you play
my problem with it is that it's OP early without investment.
Yeah.
Like if it was something that you build into and like you obtain significant upgrades to like get more and more powerful, like if the baseline was lower and you had to build more affixes on your gear, like you needed to have something to scale it up.
Yeah.
I think it would feel way better. Yeah. Maybe also the AoE is a bit too high, but maybe you scale the AoE at some point when you're, maybe they add something to scale the AoE. It starts out low, and then once you're giga geared, right, double tier 7, whatever it is, now you have like giga AoE.
And then you have the conversation of, okay, because the chess piece is so OP, just like you put on the chess piece and you one-shot everything, right?
Yeah.
That's basically the level 1 testing that you can do on an item like this, right? So this is basically, there's two outcomes here. The devs intend this level of fiesta, right? Or they didn't do any testing and it's just like completely, like fucking someone fucked up, right? Which one is it?
So this is something,
Are it would be nice to know what the devs want for the game, because the last time I heard a developer stating what do they want for the game is when Judd said, hey, we will never turn this game into a dash explosion, dash explosion, dash explosion. You don't even need to dash anymore. You stand still and everything dies. So again, I'm completely fine.
I think they changed their mind on this, honestly.
So I think they should be public about this.
I haven't heard that since pre-release, basically, since the early access. So I think they really changed their mind on this.
Yeah, but it's like,
that goes with all the items they've introduced.
Like I feel like a year ago they didn't want to make sigils autocast, right? Because that's that takes away from the weight or whatever the fuck.
It, right?
And now it's like, oh, by the way, reflect chest. A year, Which one is it? Like, I don't know.
I think they're embracing fun in the game.
I wish I would just understood what their plan is. That's it. And again, if that's what the game is, let's go for it, right? But it's kind of weird as a player. You're kind of second guessing, thinking, are the devs like drunk or is this what they want? Like, which one is it? Because I'm like, and yeah, it's just fear.
I think that might be what they want for, like, they introduce something, see what players do with it. It's busted for a season, and then the next season, they fix it in a way, or they nerf it slightly, or if something is way too strong, they modify it, right?
But it's kind of weird.
I think that's gonna be the mindset to go in.
Because if they go for this like thing where they introduce these things that are so obviously overpowered at first glance, then their quest for discovery and their quest for build diversity and their quest for, oh, just play the game, you don't need a guide, is gonna go, it's gonna completely, it's gone basically, completely, right? Because again, we didn't have access to CT this patch at all, right? And just by reading the patch notes, we were like, yep, this is it. So, and I feel like, if anything, this patch, there has been less diversity, right? And more like, everyone's playing the clown builds pretty much because they're just so broken that how wouldn't you play them, right?
What would you say, apart from Reflect, what would you say are the other two OP builds? What would you like? What would you like to have nerfed? And what would you like to have buffed?
What would I like to have nerfed?
Like, I don't know, like 1 or 2 builds or 1 or 2 skills or whatever.
I mean, obviously Bear has to get nerfed. Like, I mean, like, what are we talking about here? Like, it hits the dummy for 1 billion, you know? Like, billion.
I cannot disagree. I cannot disagree with this.
And the thing is like, Bear was already pretty fucking good, right? Before, all you needed was the AoE, right? And then it's like, I understand they're trying to add this like crazy like interactions of, oh, but wouldn't it be cool if the Bear casted Earthquake? I completely agree, but what if like you made it so, okay, your Bear has or his damage nodes, right? Why would you make it like, hey, it will use your skill tree for Werber, but it won't use the damage nodes? So you actually focused on, hey, like, let's make the Earthquake a dot, let's make the Earthquake big, let's make the Earthquake 3 explosions, or let's make my Earthquake apply frailty. You know, you don't have this, like, because the fun factor, like, if you literally make an Earthquake Werber, right, and none of the damage multipliers on Earthquake worked on the Bear, it would still be OP. Right? Because you would still benefit from Shark and from the tree itself and blah blah, right? And not having cooldown, not having mana. It's just like, it's like there is ways to keep the playstyles and the fun without going so bananas that it's just like a math orgasm, you know? Like,
yeah, I mean, that is definitely overtuned. I mean, I think that node where it says minus 50% could have been.
What are they smoking? Yeah.
A bit higher, you know, like.
Yeah, but even if it's like, the thing is with these nodes, it's like, because you're allowing multipliers to multiply each other, there's only two outcomes. They're it's so low that it doesn't matter, or it's high enough where it's broken. That you can't have, you know, like, it's like an balanced nightmare. So. And to be honest, on a selfish note, I mean, it's much better for us as content creators because now we can solve the patch in a day, right? So we still get paid. Hey, I'm down, right?
Yeah.
So it makes theory crafting way more simple for us. So I don't know. And again, I'm okay if they want the game to be like this. Just like, hey, we throw the patch notes and it's just about finding the biggest rocket, right? And everyone rides the rocket.
The biggest rocket.
Everyone rides the rocket, and you know, look at my rocket is bigger than yours, and who can kill Uber Aberoth in less seconds? If that's the game, let's go for it. But I don't know. I didn't thought that was the plan. That's all. Weird.
Yeah. I mean, I do agree. I do agree with this. It was not very difficult to estimate what builds were going to be like pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Based on the existing stuff, but yeah, I mean, balance. Has any ARPG ever been really balanced?
I think so.
It's like,
or like, at least there's nuances, right? Like, for example, if you take a look at D2, like, okay, what's better? Like a smite paladin for bossing, like a gold barf, you know, for gold finding, or like a sork for like mapping and stuff. You know, at least there's builds that are clearly, all of those characters like are like giga valuable, and they're shine at something that the other classes don't. Whereas now you like the S tier builds in this game, they're the best at everything, you know. At everything. There's no nuance, there's no rolls. And in a game like D2, sure, there's builds that are absolutely broken, but at least other builds are better than them at something. So at least there's like clear archetypes of, oh, I'm gonna make a bosser, I'm gonna make a blah blah blah, and it's like a 20-year-old game, right? So I don't know, but to be honest, and going back to what you were talking about, that's why I play hardcore, because I think like that's the only. Hardcore is like a way to self-sustain. It's like an artificial kind of way to make the game more.
It gives more meaning to your character, I feel. It
Well,
gives, like,
and build making is less retarded. If you're softcore and you don't go full damage, what are you doing? Like at this point, right? Like when I'm playing.
I mean, it kind of depends on the build, though. Like some builds have. Like it kind of depends on the build, because if you have like so much damage that like you so much damage and not enough tankiness that you die from any hit, like you still want to build some. But it just all circles back to the same thing that we talked a bit earlier, which is you won't have enough HP to survive one hit in softcore,
Yeah.
and then everything else you go damage, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
This is why like Falconer or like builds on Rogue are pretty good as well with Silver Shrouds, because like Silver Shrouds you survive one hit, so you can just go all damage.
And I think it's also like balance is such a nuanced word, because for example, okay, you take a look at D2, right, which I was talking about, and you compare DPS setups with the same amount of gear of Sork, of Jabazon, or the classic builds that everyone plays on every class. And you take a look at the numbers on the stat sheet and stuff, and you take a look at their EHPs, and you take a look at these things, and they are in the same universe. Like I mean, in last Epoch you have builds that are doing, the average build is doing 10 million DPS, right? And then you have builds that are doing 1 billion DPS, right? Like the amount, like, and I think when we advocate for balance as content creators or whatever, we're not asking for like we want every build to be equally blah blah blah, but we want at least like, hey, there's builds that do 80 million, there's builds that do 150 million. They're kind of, those are numbers
that's
that
the thing.
They're part of
like,
they're part of the same world.
Yeah, and every patch kind of like increases that more and more and more, since the higher number you get, like the more, like the bigger the difference is going to be between both builds, between like the bad builds and the really good builds. Like, so feels like last patch we went from like, okay, last patch if you had like, I don't know, 30 million on an endgame, it was like pretty freaking good, right? You were like a giga build. This patch is like, I don't know, it feels like it's balanced around 100 million.
Yeah.
It feels like it jumped so much. It's
like the builds who are
crazy.
playing this patch, I would have directly DM'd to a dep when I was in CT that this can't make it live, and now it's just what we're playing on a daily basis. So, so it's the kind of stuff that I would like report directly through whatever person I was talking to at the time at EHG. So, which apparently wasn't valuable. So yikes. But no.
It's pretty.
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy for sure. Now, the game still can be fun with it being unbalanced. It's just like,
I still like the game. I
still
love the game. I'm having so much fun, but I try not to worry too much about balance anymore, and just like, okay, this is what we have. Let's just, there's, I don't have any control about that. Let's just blast and try to break the game with as much power as I can.
Yeah, I used to be a last Epoch crusader. Now I'm a last Epoch abuser. Like all I do is I look at the game, I laugh at it, and I make money of it and chill. Like and we just laugh at what's the most broken shit, and I look at my bear one-shotting bosses and I go, nice. Move on.
I mean,
it's fine.
I think it's probably always gonna stay like this.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's change of mindset. It will be a weekend game. You can have fun with it.
It's different from early access, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It sure is different. I'm sure they've also changed their mindsets.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like it, right?
Things, because we went from like nerfing the Boulder's Rat for Earthquake Werebear to now
that would be a bad build today. It literally would be a bad build.
That would not be a very fast build nowadays.
Yeah, it would be dog shit. Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any other subjects you want to talk about here?
People wanted to talk about primordials and stuff.
primordials. Okay, like I like the primordials. I think most of them are very well designed. I think most of them are interesting and make you think about the build in more than one way, and they're not
Mm-hmm.
like specifically designed in a way where, oh, I will do this and that's how the build is. Of course, there are some that are kind of like that. I guess
Well, because they're
frogs are kind
generic,
of like
right?
this.
Most of them are
Yeah,
generic.
well, either generic or like they interact with something else which you can build in multiple ways, and then you have to figure out, okay, how am I going to build this to benefit from this one, right? It's not like just a one way towards I need to build like this. It's I need to
It,
build into this specific archetype to benefit from this item. It has a lot of potential, but
mm.
how can I make this the catalyst of like my power for my build?
That's such an interesting topic because I feel like when I hear like casuals and like Reddit and shit talk about uniques, they normally
Mm-hmm.
ask for the opposite. Like they ask for, we want super specific niche uniques for like my build, blah blah blah, right? Like heavy uniques, kind of, right? Like, and those I feel
Okay.
like because they're so one-dimensional, you read the item, it's like, okay, the build is done, right? Next, right? Well, there's like the primordials because they are actually kind of they're meant to be again a catalyst for like things that are kind of like, you know, it's kind of like pointing towards a direction, but it's not telling you vengeance does more damage, right? You actually have a bit of creativity there where you can get the original with it, and I find them quite nice. Like for example, the one you were talking about, right? The low life chess piece. Okay,
Yeah.
you would think,
Yeah.
oh, okay, it's a low life unique, but you don't actually realize, well, it's not just a low life unique; it's a solution for sustained builds that don't have sustain, right? And that alone is like such a generic tool to build a character around, and you know, and you can apply that to. You
Yeah,
could throw that
it
on any
fixes a
build, right?
problem, but
Yeah,
like you don't. It's not necessarily like, okay, I'll
exactly.
play this only in this
Yeah,
archetype or only with this. I mean, there are some obvious use
yeah,
cases,
like
like I don't know, low life
reflect
primalist, low life blade dancer, like I don't know.
or reflect. I think is pretty boring because it's actually like the reflect chest is. Well, I mean, it's reflect. That's it, right? It's fine to have some
Yeah.
items like that, but my favorites are the ones that are generic for sure. Like always, you know, people complain about nihilis and red rings and these things, and or twisted heart. I think they're the most meta-defining, like build making fun toys, you know, because you can always think about a bit. Huh? Do I go twisted in this build? Right? It's
Mm-hmm.
cool. I don't know. I like it. And the
But
more
remember,
toys we get, the harder the decisions will be, right? Because it will be like, twisted or shatter worlds. That's actually a conversation now, right?
yeah,
You know?
yeah, on certain builds,
Yeah.
like for example,
Oh,
on
it happened.
the Lightning Blast
Oh,
Remaster,
oh,
did you die?
oh, oh!
Did you die?
What the fuck I just got for my bear?
Tier 7 crit, Tier 7 fist pen. Are those your best in slot?
Yeah.
They got shred and frailty. What the heck, dude?
19 less damage taken, 12
19.
health, region, void, rest, max. Okay, well, great. Bina, I love you. We need to do this more often.
Don't
What
die
the?
now, you know.
Holy
Don't die
fuck.
now.
Okay. Well, for those wondering, you know, how to get the amulet, it's pretty easy. You just get it. I'm 88, you know, it's just a skill issue, basically, pretty much. Sorry, I interrupted you, Bina, completely. What the fuck?
Well, I don't even remember what I was saying.
I think, like, primordials are good for sure. Primordials are good. Because like, I think we've been pretty
Primordials are good.
rough.
They're interesting. They're interesting to build
Yeah,
around, and I can't wait to be like cooking more with
yeah,
more primordials and like messing around with more of them. You know, there's even though like the super OP stuff is like pretty much already done.
yeah,
I'm sure there's still some things going around that you can build into and have a great build and have like, you know, a good experience with it, and probably even some S tier builds are just not discovered yet.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
Uh,
for sure. And
uh,
yeah,
and I just wish like we could just praise the depths nonstop because I think that's why we've been a bit downy and the community has been pretty negative, I would say, this patch, because there's a bit fed up with certain things. But I think that's why we get so emotional, because I was watching your stream. I had a bit of an emotional stream a couple days ago. I was pretty emotional today on stream. I was arguing with some chatters and shit, so I apologize. But I feel like because they're so fucking good at all these kind of ideas and design, it feels so bad when the game is bugged and it doesn't work. It's just like, and yeah.
That is the most frustrating part. Is
because if the game was bad,
that is the most frustrating.
But you have these guys and these people, this team who have like fucking great ideas for systems, for trading, for factions, items, primordials. You have this team that they're just so good ideas, and then the game is in this state, and it's just like, oh man, like imagine if it's so frustrating because you see it, and I don't know. It's like we love the game, right? But that's why I think we want to see it where it belongs, where it should be. It shouldn't be like a bugged mess. It should be like S tier, AA, triple A fucking quality.
Yeah, I mean, the it's like a lot of these bugs don't seem. I mean, okay, I have no clue how to actually code this game, right?
Nope.
But they seem like pretty superficial bugs, or like just a node that doesn't do what it says, right? So
yeah,
some of these things are pretty frustrating, or like it seems like every patch they do introduces new bugs of things that weren't bugged. So
yeah.
like it's how does this happen? I mean, okay.
Yeah, I know.
I guess I should know better because I mean, up until now, I mean, the ARPG genre is filled with the developers and people who code, and it's like seems like it's the type of game where there's the most people who are actually devs.
But I think what you're
like
saying is true.
Regular job, and then they all tell me how coding, like, you might change something, it's going to change something else. It's more complicated than it seems. And then there's all the processes, and then there's like testing things, QA, going through loops of like approbation for certain things and whatnot. I don't know,
Yeah.
but like it's complicated. But to the end user, I think the priority of bugs should be like fix the stuff that the end user gets frustrated on first, and then go into making Lagon giggle afterwards.
I mean, and it's also
like,
a part of
like
a part that is frustrating is like, let's be honest, we're not game developers. We're super illiterate when it comes to this, and because we don't understand the processes, trying to understand them is even worse. And that's not really the devs' fault that we're retarded and we don't understand how a studio runs. But at the same time, because a lot of us have been playing the game for so long, we kind of like feel like at least we would like to understand. Like, it's almost like we want an explanation. We want to understand how. Like, how did bunkers break out of nowhere when there's no mention to? It's just like frustrating. It's like, what? It makes you feel like you're in a boat full of holes, right? And it's like, do I stay in the boat? Like, what the fuck is happening, right? And it's like, oh, F8, F8, F8. And it's like, well, I've F8ed things 3 years ago. They're still in the game. Like, what is it? Like, I don't know. It's just like, it's a combination of...
That's frustrating. And then I've reported bugs like 2 years ago. They got fixed, and now I retest them, and they're back. And they're back, and it's like I don't remember all the bugs that I've reported, and like I wish I did, but like I tested it on the patch it was fixed, and it was fixed, and then a few patches later, oh, let's take a look at this because it seems like it's still bugged. Oh, look, it's still bugged. So something's going on. It's just frustrating in that way. I think I've seen some EAG are hiring new QA stuff, and I don't know what. They're surely trying to take steps in the right direction. I know Mike mentioned that they are changing some of the processes so that this type of thing doesn't happen anymore. I want to believe, but I'll believe when I see it, because actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
We need to wait and see. I hope for the best, because I mean, I'm still no matter what, I'm gonna play the game, right? But like yesterday, I was playing my Blade Dancer. I have Shift that moves me. I have Synchronized Strikes that moves me, and I have Dancing Strikes that moves me. I have clips of me getting stuck. I got stuck maybe 10 times in a span of 2 hours in hardcore. Can't move, can't TP, can't do anything. I just
Yeah.
cannot move. I get stuck in terrain. I get stuck in everything. It's like I enter a beast cave, which the patch notes in this patch were supposed to have sort of fixed, and I instantly get stuck. I'm like,
Yep.
I can't play this character. I'm just gonna level frogs, and
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta navigate the patch, properly, with skill, um, and don't be a tourist. That's pretty much what you gotta do. But it's actually it's actually
it is
funny.
frustrating. I want to see it better, but overall, I'm having fun with this patch. I think the
Yeah.
farming, what's good is the farming on this patch, even though it's busted, right? It's quite fun. It's diverse. You're doing many different echoes. You're doing beasts. You're doing troves. You're buying whatever you want. Like you can actually farm properly and buy all the things that you want to run.
Yeah.
That is what I think is fun.
I also agree with something you talk a lot on your stream, which is like a lot of people complain about Last Epoch doesn't have endgame, or the endgame is very bare bones or whatever. It's like, brother, like if you're quitting the game, you're probably like most people who are quitting the game are quitting before they even interact with the things we're talking about, right? They don't know how to imprint, they don't know how to like the game actually has quite a bit of fucking. If anything, the end game goes on for fucking, and the chase goes on for too long because the items are technically infinite, right? With multiple LPs and multiple, that we talked about this before. But I think the problem that the reason why people quit, it's still because the way progression and difficulty tie together is very, very, especially if you play softcore where death is not punishment at all, is completely mismanaged, right? I don't think people are quitting the game because they don't need items to progress and they get bored while progressing. But there's actually the monolith system and the weapon echoes and stuff. It's actually pretty fucking nice now, I think. And if you compare it to something like the Atlas in PoE 2 or like the Diablos or whatever, like I think the endgame is actually I think it's solid. But again, as long as we can just one-shot Uber Aberoth 10 hours into the patch with some broken shit, well, it doesn't matter what endgame we do because it's gone, right? Like,
Yeah, I agree that the endgame is amazing. I think in Last Epoch, it's not as bare bones as people make it seem like it is.
Yeah, and then I see the monoliths are boring. I feel like the people who say monoliths are boring are also the kind of, like, again, I've been having a lot of like bear has slow clear speed. But then I watch the gameplay and they're like standing still, waiting for the bear to go minion by minion, and like, they take 10 minutes to clear an echo because they're killing white mobs and shit. I feel a lot of the if you do that, every game is gonna be boring that you play, right? It's a combination of people are pretty new to the game, they don't know what to focus on. The game doesn't really do a good job at explaining it, right? Like, how do imprints work?
I mean,
why are this important?
It does a better job than PoE 1 for sure.
Yeah, for sure. That game doesn't do anything, right?
But I mean, no. Honestly, wait. I think I disagree with this one because I think it's pretty straightforward. They tell you to go to Monos.
Yeah, people don't know. People don't know. They said they're gonna fix that, by the way. They said they're gonna fix that, like, next patch.
They tell you to go to Monos, and then they tell you to, then you unlock the faction, and then you're like, okay, then I will go and do these faction missions to like, or get my ranks up to go and kill Aberoth, right? Regular Aberoth.
Yeah, but Bina, what I'm saying is, like, let's just say you're a new player, you have 10 hours to play, you played for 10 hours, and because you're pretty new at the game and you're farming the left side of Monolith, you haven't even got to Empowered, and your character is level 80, and you haven't even killed Emperor of Corpses yet. That's the problem, you know? And they say, oh, Monolith is boring. Yeah, I mean, because you took 10 hours to do something people do in one, right? It's like, imagine if you're in PoE and you never get out of white maps, right? Like, you're gonna think, well, PoE, I mean, this has nothing. You haven't done a single league mechanic, you know, like you're, and I don't know. I do think Endgame. I think basically the reason I talk about this topic is because I wanted to sidetrack too. I don't think the problem of last Epoch is lack of content. We don't need more stuff. We need the stuff that we currently have to work and to be good. Like, we don't want another system. Bro, you have Beast, work a bit on more on the Beast, add a boss to the Beast. Hey, we have the dungeons. What the fuck are with what the fuck is going on with the dungeons? Can we do something?
There is one thing I would like to have more in Last Epoch, and it's something that Diablo 3 did very well with Greater Rifts. It's some sort of, and it's even like, it would be like so amazing because the devs don't even have to work on adding more goals to the game with one system like this, because the player makes his own goals.
Yeah.
And it's something similar to what we have with Arena, but I think I'll talk about Arena afterwards. But the Greater Rift system in Diablo 3, something that you can scale infinitely, or it was until we were able to do Greater Rift 150. For a long time, it was just infinite, and you basically push your own boundaries because you're challenging yourself on a leaderboard. Like, that is a very, very, very important for people to set themselves some goals, and then they want to reach the goal. What are you going to do? You're going to farm gear. You're farming gear to reach that specific goal, and you're always pushing higher and higher and higher. I think that would be so amazing. Currently, we only have Arena. Arena is very long, tedious, like multiple hours to get to a high level run, like multiple thousands of waves.
Yeah,
it doesn't scale fast enough.
Like, I was a big Arena lover, and I think Arena could be so easily turned into like a Delve Greater Rift like system. Like, imagine, yeah, you go every 100 waves, you get a checkpoint, and that's where you will always start from, right?
Yeah, piece of memories needs to be
and you have a time frame, so you can't chase it, right? Let's just say you have 20 minutes or whatever the fuck, right? Or 30, and you cannot just like run around the roses like a fucking tank, CDPS bullshit. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like clearing a map.
Well, if Arena was not like 6 hours to do a run, I would be challenging the leaderboards all the time, every season, because that's the fun thing to do, is challenging yourself and like pushing the limits.
Bro, can you imagine in hardcore? It's like, okay, Road is tier 5. He's at 500. Do we push? Do we get the tier 6 checkpoint? Oh shit! Would say 20k Arena then? Who cares if it's more fun? It's not about the number. It's about the process being fun. At this point, Arena is a fucking joke anyway, right? So might as well just make it more accessible. Might as well make it fun. Bro, give people titles. You can't tell me, again, I'm not a game developer, but you can't tell me it's hard to code on your fucking cosmetics. Hey, if you reach tier 5 Arena, or if you reach 500 corruption, or if you kill Uber Aberroth this season, you literally get Beast Killer title, and I'll be so cool if I open up my stream and I go to player title and I show, hey, look, I have all the hardcore titles in season 1. Things like that, when you're like a guy who plays a game a lot, it matters. It's nice, it's cool. It makes you feel part of being something bigger, and like how cool it is when you're watching people who played like World of Warcraft for all these years and they show you like mounts you could only get in beta, or they have titles from the first season, or it's just cool. It builds community. It makes you feel part of something bigger. And there's, but you guys can tell me we can get one of the free capes that you literally give the game. There's literally free MTX, right? We can't get this cape and recolor it, to green and then purple to like, bro, like it's zero effort, and it's just positives, So yeah, I wish we had more. Everything you're talking about, give people a reason to be part of this world and this community,
Yeah, I would love to have,
Yeah, absolutely.
But that was to answer the question of if I like what type of content I want in the game. But yes, I do agree that the card that we have right now
it's good enough. If the game worked and it was balanced, it'd be enough. Yeah.
But I would love that also kind of appeal, because it doesn't remove anything from the rest of the game, right?
Nope.
Because it's like if you want to interact with that leaderboard, and if that is your thing, then do it. If you don't want to, and you just want to, like, you know, build your character and be more powerful, you don't have to interact with that system.
Yeah.
Unless that system is the best way to farm gear, then we're talking about something else. But
yeah, but we're talking about competing, not gearing. That's a very important tool. These competitive systems should be that, right? It shouldn't be a way to mostly. Well, I think. You know?
I think it should reward you for your time, but like maybe not be the best way of gearing or the only way. It should be an option. It should be like another mechanic, maybe like maybe a seasonal mechanic that is introduced, and you can play this. You get some sort of gear from it. But you don't have to play it to get the gear, right? You can get the gear in other ways.
Yeah. And again, I don't know why the devs have been avoiding, like, hosting their own races and official races and all these things. Maybe they know the game is not gonna... They don't wanna, you know, make something super big and super media heavy in case there's... Again, can you imagine if they actually hosted a race this season? Like, with the... like... all the PoE streamers coming in and they're dying to invisible enemies and shit. Like, yeah, I mean, you don't want that kind of press, right? I get it.
Yeah.
And that's why it's mandatory that the game gets in a state as soon as possible where it's like stable and polished, right? Polished is the word, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of worried for Season 4 because the glyph system, if we get that, it doesn't look particularly simple, right? Like, we're gonna have fucking sigils for skills that don't work already. like I mean,
yeah, we'll see what the skills are. Hopefully, it's I hope it's a like big system that changes a lot. But also, with how many bugs we had this patch, I'm scared.
What was your wish list? What is your wish list for that system? What would you like?
What would I like? Some sort of system that makes you farm. Like maybe more multipliers for a skill, like something like cluster jewels in PoE, but for different skills, and maybe you can, you know, get more mana efficiency for it, and you can slam it on a particular skill, more damage here. You get the chance to repeat the attack and stuff like that. Maybe with downsides as well. I don't know, like
you know what I think?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if, for example, like skill sigils, regardless of the, you know, whatever extra affixes they give you or whatever, what if they literally improved damage multipliers on your skill? Like, for example, imagine you have Earthquake, right? And Earthquake by default, the nodes, instead of giving you 75 more damage per if you max it, what if it gave you 30? And if you get a you know, like you find a tier 2 Earthquake basically, right? Now that same node with the same amount of investment, with the same amount of skill points, instead of 30, it gives you 45, right? Like, I really hate in last
Epoch. They nerf skills across the board, and they build power into
yeah, exactly. I would make it so that the base functionality of skill is still powerful. But for example, if you want to get your Bear Earthquake to one-shot the boss, you must find all these like sigils, blah blah blah. So you the ceiling of the power could still be broken, but they should link. And again, keep in mind, like finding a tier 1 sigil, like your first sigil, maybe it's something that drops in normal monolith, you know? I'm not saying that this should not be accessible. I'm just saying that there should be something, there should be a carrot for players to be like, oh shit, I was tier 1 fucking Earthquake, and now I'm tier 2, and I can feel it, right? And you know, oh shit, my attack speed node, because it's tier 2, now instead of being increased, it's multiplier. They do this in PoE, right? And PoE 2 now, with the like some support skills are increase, and if you get like tier 2, tier 3, now instead of increased attack speed, they're more attack speed. So the moment you equip that, you're like, holy, this is nice, you know?
Yeah, maybe you can build, you know, you build your skill to have giga attack speed, or like super slow with big hits, or you know, you build it for different things, or you can give it more of certain element chance.
Bro, imagine things like, you know, every... you know, all more damage you have gets converted to increased AoE at a half ratio or something, and suddenly, you know, you put that skill gem on and you have 100% increased area, just like that. But you have to find it, and it's rare, and blah blah blah, right? Like if we're gonna get crazy, I really hope we go crazy in a gear progression. Whatever they do, please make it tiered, make it linked to corruption, make it linked to difficulty, make it linked to, hey, if you're a new player and you're watching a streamer, or you're a player that, hey, you know what, I'm gonna focus on this character, make it a reason for me to stick on one character and play it and make it super bulk, right?
Honestly, I don't want to have too high hopes, because when you have high expectations for something, you always get deceived.
Oh shit, dooming already. Oh shit.
No. I'm not dooming.
Okay, we're dooming. Okay.
I don't want to be deceived.
Guys,
so
Bina
I need
hates
to have
it.
low expectations. You set low expectations, and then you are happy when, even if you don't get much. Right?
Okay, it's trash then.
But if you get more, you're even happier, because if you set Sky as your, if you have very, very high expectations, then even if the content it delivers is very good, but it's not like absolutely amazing, you will not be happy. You'll be, I was expecting more. Like, it's like, I have this one friend of mine that told me that burgers at Five Guys were the best burgers ever. And he kept telling me this. And then when I went to Five Guys and I grabbed the burger, I was like, what the fuck is this? It's like a homemade
It's a burger. It's just a burger.
Good, but it's not like, holy crap, it's amazing. It's like the fast food burger I've ever had. It's like, it's okay, but
I feel you. I feel you.
Too high expectations. If they told me this burger is better than a McDonald's burger, I would have been, oh, this is not, hey, this is a good burger. Wait a second. This feels like, this tastes like homemade, but like just, it's good. I don't know.
I feel you. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You have to protect your own mental health almost, through not...
Yeah. That is something you learn with you get wiser as you get older.
Yeah. You don't want to put all your...
I have white hair, so I know. When you have white hair, you know.
Yeah. True. I mean, you play Sorek after all, makes sense. Makes sense.
I'm the grandpa,
Yeah.
I play grandpa.
You definitely don't want to make you don't want to be in a situation where your happiness or your well-being is like, I hope the next patch of PoE is good, right? Because otherwise you're doomed to be unhappy pretty much. And I think that's pretty normal on young people, no? Young men, especially, like, this game is your identity and blah blah blah, and you get furious and yeah, we know we don't give a fuck anymore. I guess we just rage bait for Twitch primes now. This content.
How do you do? I'm positive. I'm
okay.
Very positive.
Yeah, I saw your stream yesterday, Bina. Exclamation Bina Bugress.
I mean, I don't know. I was just protecting myself against the bugs.
I see. Understandable.
I have this new protect emote.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I wonder who made it, Oh wait, it moves too. So good.
Yeah.
It's reflect build, bro.
But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, Like, I don't like bugs, and
yeah.
Yesterday I had an overload of bugs, basically. I couldn't keep it.
Like the only day I had like a negative kind of response to bugs was actually when they broke the passive thingy. Like you can't click when you have your passive things open, and I don't know why. That just like, I was like, I've been smiling for 14 days, trying to be positive, not saying anything bad because I'm scared the itch is gonna fucking kill me or whatever. Right? And then, the one thing that gets me off the edge is something that for most people is not even important, but for me it's such like a kick in the balls, like holy man, it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, my worst one probably. What is your worst bug right now? Mine is the stash lag.
Yeah, obviously, stash is unplayable.
That's the most. That's like number one bug priority right now. I think should be the stash.
It's unplayable, and I heard, and we're lucky. We're lucky that we play hardcore. So you don't really we play a bit slower. We don't hoard as much. We're not in as much high corruption. Can you imagine the softcore legacy boys, bro? Can you imagine open up your legacy stash tab and you have to wait 20 seconds? Bro, like,
Yeah, it's pretty bad, pretty bad.
Not good.
I
Yeah.
don't know, searching for items in your stash, searching for idols. Oof, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Not
It's like
bueno.
it's frustrating. Yeah, it's very frustrating. Anyways.
Yeah, especially because it used to work, right? So it's like, what happened? Like my stash was perfect last season. Can we stop? Like, I rather not have this clone feature. If it doesn't break, please. Like, I'll do it manually, please.
Oh wait, no. I love the
Yeah,
clone
me
feature.
too. But would you if it didn't lag? Would you remove the feature?
No, I'd keep the feature.
Oh my god, you're a fucking.
I would
You are clearly old. You are clearly old.
Bro,
like...
I love this feature. This is the bro. All of your rules, you never have to go into them again. I think it saves you more.
But the lagging, bro, it saves you more.
Yeah, lag is pretty bad.
Okay. Yeah, not as bad as cloning though, right? So.
No, cloning is. I think that's the. What's the best thing that was introduced this patch? I think cloning is one of them.
Let me think.
Stash app is one of them.
I think Beast, honestly. I love the Beast.
No, but something more specific, like something like. What was the best feature that was introduced this patch? Did you notice any rework to sound effects?
No,
I honestly
didn't notice anything.
Yeah. Anyways, let's talk about the good stuff.
But maybe I have to mess with the settings. Maybe I haven't noticed because I didn't, you know.
Oh, loot filter sounds are the best.
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute. Loot filter sounds, that is the absolute best thing that they've introduced this patch.
Dopamine, you know.
But then again, that comes at the cost of no more white labels. And we're seeing bugs
the best labels.
And yeah, the loot filter for roll ranges on uniques doesn't work on every unique.
Yeah, I don't use that just in case. I'm scared.
Yeah, I don't. I tested before every unique because on fighting chance, for example,
it doesn't
if you try
work.
to search for a fighting chance with 10 movement speed, it will hide all of your fighting chances.
Okay.
Like, no matter what, if you activate it for fighting chance, it just hides them all. You will never.
Have you thought that maybe instead of code it as 10, it's like code it as 9.999? So if you select 10, it's like.
No. Even if you put 5 to 10, it won't. It just when you select it, it stops showing them. I don't know what's happening there, but yeah.
Only fighting chance, right?
Well, that's the only one I tested.
Just the
one
you know.
I noticed. That's the one I noticed. Yeah.
And this is the thing, right? Like, for example, as someone who wants to make the game thrive and make content and stuff, it's like, okay, I could make a video explaining or amazing loot filters for max roll, blah, 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 blah. But is it worth it for me? So like, some guy's gonna click on the video, it's gonna be fucking bugged, and now they're gonna say max roll is shit, please fix your filters, this is dog shit, when it's not even our fault, right? Like, it's like, it creates this like sense of like, yeah, I rather not touch it and ignore it, just because if I go into it, it's gonna cause more harm than good almost, you know? Like you just avoid new features to avoid bugs almost. Not good, right? But...
yeah, I mean.
Okay, Bina, I have a big question just to change topic because we're getting kind of doomer and we don't want that. Okay, there is money on the line. Okay?
What?
Money on the line for tomorrow. You know, big tournament. There is 2 prizes, right? $5,000 for level 100, $5,000 first Uber in hardcore. What are you playing? And what are you going for? What price?
I think I'm the first Uber in hardcore and $5,000 first level 100.
Yeah, they're 5,000 each, right? So you can make 10k if you win both. But you could all.
I think I'm playing Reflect.
Yeah. That's a good. I think so too. Actually, that's good for both. Yeah, I think you're playing Reflect.
I think I'm playing Reflect in hardcore. Both in hardcore, right?
Yeah. You start a shaman and you switch to Reflect, right? For sure.
Yeah, you go Reflect.
I like that answer.
You get the chest super early, and then you're just OP.
Yeah. You save. You go for the
You
beast.
equip
You
the
get the
shield,
thing. Yeah.
you put attunement, and
Yeah. You're right.
I don't know for level 100 if you go. I don't even think that you go. I think I go blade. I think I go like rogue reflect, and I use shift to go super fast. and I stack
You know what I might do,
my belt and
bro?
boots, and I get the movement speed from.
Hear this build out.
Or
Reflect rebuke with shield rush. That's it. You shield rush into rebuke, and that's it. That's all you do.
yeah, but for level 100,
Rampage is probably the best, no? Rampage, reflect.
well, rebuke the rebuke thing would be nice for if you find an early exile rune prison complex. the
Yeah,
exile,
that would be
Woven
sick
Echo.
actually.
If you find an early of that,
you win.
and
You win the
hit,
level
you
for
just
sure.
win. Yeah, you win the levels. You just open them all. You rebuke in the middle. They all die. You shield rush to the next room.
We also have this weird situation now where you can do Uber much faster than getting 100 with the current power creep, right? So
Yeah.
would and with that build, it's like.
But in hardcore, it's risky. It's risky still.
I think on rebuke is kind of safe, no? You go rebuke vengeance, full healing, and just like no. It's just like the play like.
I mean, it's still risky though. It's still risky.
I don't know.
I guess I'm still, I don't know. I have too much adrenaline when I do.
Yeah, same.
Uber on hardcore. Too much adrenaline.
What builds have you killed it with in general in hardcore? Did you
general,
do
I've
Judgment last patch or no?
I did not do Judgment, no.
What did you do?
I did Crows.
Okay, yeah. I remember that one.
Lightning Blast.
Okay. Before it was bugged and Monka.
Yeah, I did Lightning Blast with like 15 million DPS.
Yeah, that was epic.
Now it has like over 60.
Like. Now there's no fight, you know.
Even higher than this because now there's another bug with the with the belt. Anyways, let's not talk about this.
Yeah, no, positive. Like we don't talk about the positive bugs that makes us stronger. We only talk about the ones that makes us not being able to play. The other ones can stay in the game. It's fine. You know?
But
don't F8 that one, you know.
What are the builds that I kill Uber on in hardcore? I think those are the only ones in hardcore.
Okay.
I think because I died on Serpent Venom. I mean I did did end up killing it right after, but like I died on Serpent Venom.
Oh, you died on the before the loot drops. Oh shit. That's unfortunate.
What else did I attempt it with? I don't recall.
What did I did it on? I did it on Judgment, I did it on Time Rot, I did it on... And then I did it on a bunch of builds on softcore, but...
Yeah, softcore is like so many builds I can do it.
I died on my Falconeer doing normal, right before attempting the...
From a DC?
Yeah, I entered normal Abaroth, I did 55 in a row, and on the last one, the moment the Harbingers appear, you know, like... Because there's the little cutscene, and the Harbingers killed me because I DC'd. Well, I didn't DC, like the game crashed completely, you know, like froze, kind of.
That's bad.
Microsoft error thingy, you know, the blue spiral thingy, yeah. Unlucky.
Okay, for some reason, I'm playing Frogs right now.
Yeah.
And talking about Reflect, I thought I was playing Reflect.
I told you, they play exactly the same, I told you.
And I thought I had to move in front of monsters. Like, why am I doing this? I'm not playing Reflect. I am playing Frogs here.
But they just
kill everything around you so much.
I told you, it plays exactly the same, man. Wanna know what rings I'm using on my bear?
Yeah, sure.
Arboreal circuits.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Movement speed enjoyer.
Your favorite item.
That one works if you want to filter for 18 movement speed. That one works. You can only filter for the 10%, but.
Do you remember when getting like 2LP Arboreal was like giga, and now it's like you shit them, you know? You have like so many. You don't even loot them.
But getting 18% movement speed ones is pretty hard still.
Yeah, but the 2LP is like GKs, you know. Oh fuck! I quit my
I think
cape.
we've covered a lot of topics.
Yeah, Yeah, it's just a
Probably
chill
the
one.
last podcast of the patch, or if there's anything that comes up, maybe we have another one. But like,
Yeah. Mention that, I mean, the other guys didn't join because, yeah, not worth it. Basically, they're waiting for, yeah. And Volka is busy with the Borderlands because he's a Borderlands boy. I hope he's having fun. It just launched, so I hope it's not a disaster. You know, we don't want too many disasters in your life. So,
Mm.
but yeah, Bina, thanks for being here with me. You know,
it was good.
yeah, a bit of a
It was
chill
good. I'm still
one.
having fun with the season. I plan on still playing a lot more, so I look
Same,
forward to new
same.
builds. And also, I'm running up. Oh, also, I should mention this. We are writing up some articles over on Maxroll. I am writing the a farming strategy article, so we're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna try to update these as the seasons go by. I'm gonna be writing also. I'm almost finished writing up the imprints and crafting strategy guide, right? And say how to craft your double tier 7s and stuff. Also, I'm gonna be writing up the Shadow Cascade Blade Dancer guide.
Oh shoot!
Even though you get stuck in terrain, I'll still write the guide.
Hey, you do what not your fault.
But yeah, so that's what is coming up for me right now. And streaming pretty much every day on Twitch.
Yep. Bina, QC, live.
Yeah.
The biggest Canadian last Epoch streamer. True.
Well, I guess I'm gonna go eat. Thanks for having me, Liz.
Yeah.
Always
Are
fun.
you still streaming or?
Yeah, I'm still streaming.
Okay, I'll probably host you. I'm busy.
All right. GG.
Yeah, GG. Thanks for being here. Big kiss, you know. Bye.